a really short break. I barely had any time to get the new draft here loaded in my OBS, but the teams, they're really hot. They're Nick hot. That's what they are. We want to see what did... wow, they really... Look at this snack. They actually started. Liquid, okay, they didn't click ready yet, so I was panicking already that they maybe started without us. So map draft is going on. Game 3 here, or game 2 actually, but of course one advantage there on Liquid side going on now in the grand finals. The chance for Liquid to finish it, or the chance for Gamers2 to come back into this business here. It's a huge difference. It's $2,000 or $750, and of course more hardware as well, sponsored by Rocket there. So you have to fight for it, Gamers2. You have to.
Yeah, and I feel like Gamers2 have to be a little bit shaken up after the beating that Team Liquid just gave them in that game 1 there. And as we talked about before, Team Liquid with a 2-0 advantage already in this series, being the winner bracket finals champions. Gamers2 having to come up back from the losers bracket, so that little disadvantage turning into a greater disadvantage, being down 0-2 and up against the ropes here in this series.
Yep, and now the question is, do we see a surprise map on this last one? Sky Temple it is. Well, it's not really surprising because both teams already played this map before. I'm kind of happy that we see it today, and I hope we see more maps, but, well, this might be the last map. Not too bad to finish with the Sky Temple. Then again, just for the sake of all my pleasure, I would have liked to see a Spider Queen or something as the last one, but okay, forget about it.
Yeah, okay, so let's talk about the draft a little bit here. We do have Team Liquid with the first pick and first ban. The ban going out on the Abathur saying, Gamers2, we don't want you to play your specialty hero that has been so potent against so many other teams in this tournament. But Gamers2 saying, Blackscorp, no Illidan for you. You just wrecked us. We cannot allow that to happen again. But Team Liquid coming out with the first pick on Lost Vikings, showing that they are such a important pick right now in this current meta for Heroes of the Storm. But Gamers2 taking their special duo lineup here. We've seen Sylvanas so much here from Gamers2 in this tournament, especially in combination with the Malfurion, with the Zagara, and it's going to be a second pick onto Sylvanas and Malfurion here for Gamers2.
Yep, definitely. And, well, Vikings on... they did a nice job last game, I have to say. And, of course... The entire combination just worked out, and we have to see if they just replicate it. At the moment, Gamers2, Sylvanas. To be honest, I think the Sylvanas last game was for me kind of disappointing because the Wailing Arrow was just in one team fight really good, where I can say, yes, that was significant, but her split push, for example, it was just not working. She was working on that bottom keep, for example, but alone without creeps and everything, it just didn't work out. It just didn't feel like the Sylvanas we know from Gamers2 from the previous games.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate there that they really weren't able to capitalize off that big Wailing Arrow that did flank a Team Liquid. But getting back into the draft here, Uther and Sergeant Hammer being picked up here again for Liquid. If it worked, why change it? Even getting the Uther here instead of the Rhaegar, which can be a very, very nice pick. But Hammer, once again, being picked up here. I feel that Falcon is such a good Hammer player, and they really, really know how to abuse the strength here of Sergeant Hammer. But back to Gamers2, they're going for the ETC. They want that global presence, especially on a map like Sky Temple, where being able to hold a temple with that ETC and then able to kind of just join into any team fight ongoing with the stage dive heroic ability. But what will be the follow-up, or what will be the hero pick with that ETC here? They already have a healer, they already have a warrior, and it's going to be that Tassadar.
Yep, definitely. I mean, last game I was asking myself, well, looking at the numbers, looking at how much damage, hero and siege damage the hammer does, is it even better to focus the hammer first before the Illidan? Well, it's kind of hard to get to him in the first place, and then, of course, if you focus everything on the hammer, maybe you get him down, but then the Illidan will just finish you off. So I definitely like that combination they played, but yeah, the stats, they showed it to us. Falcon on that hammer, it was just insane what kind of damage he dished out.
Yeah, Sergeant Hammer being kind of a sleeper pick at the moment. A lot of teams just saying, "Hey, this hero got nerfed. We don't want to play her any longer." But Team Liquid showing that Hammer is still such a devastating pick here. So Team Liquid, they have two choices left here. It is up to them right now. They need a warrior and they need some more damage, I feel, or maybe some utility. Vala still available, possible pick up for Team Liquid. They need a warrior as well. What will it be this time, though? No ETC available. The Tyrael pick, I'm not sure if it's going to be good without the Illidan. Could it be we see a Diablo pick? Could we see a Chen? We do know that. Oh, but the Muradin, we've seen time and time again in this tournament, picked up by Team Liquid. Lucifron, really, really loving the Muradin. And we've seen it as a kind of counter pick to Illidan a lot, but Muradin, just really confident in the playstyle of that hero. What will be the last pick here for Team Liquid?
We saw that combination already. They were like, okay, if we can't get like Tyrande Diablo, we go for more than Tyrande. And I mean, Vikings plus Falcon. No, Kerrigan. Nice one.
Kerrigan, Blackscorp on the Kerrigan. We always want to see Blackscorp on some kind of melee assassin because he's such a devastating player when it comes to taking these melee assassins and abusing them against the enemy team. Kerrigan, a very nice pick here on Sky Temple, a map where roaming can be very, very strong. And yeah, there's some areas on the map where Kerrigan can just come out of the shadows, jump on you, and kill you in that combo that she's so feared for. But yeah, there's some really nice areas where you can just kind of group up and kind of just get destroyed by Kerrigan. But Gamers2 has a final pick here. What will it be? I have to imagine it's once again going to be that Vala. The Vala, such a high-tier assassin, but not even being picked yet. Will it be that last pick onto Vala, or will we see something a little bit different here? Possibly the Zagara for that combination Malfurion, Sylvanas, Zagara we were talking about a little bit earlier on the draft.
Yep, definitely. And well, this draft, again, I have to say it looks very, very solid. There is a lot of combination Liquid can go for. You already said it, like the double stun combination, Kerrigan plus plus the Muradin. Like you have one grab, two stuns, and a slow. And if the Uther is around, you even have another stun, which means if they find a target and they lock onto it, I don't see how that target survives. Then the Tassadar and the Malfurion, they really have to do, I don't know, overtime on healing, that's for sure. Well, with Vala, Sylvanas, the old combination, and of course Suchu on that ETC, Gamers2 proved that is a successful combination they can go for. But then again, the last game, it was just not enough, not against Team Liquid.
No, definitely not. But another thing to mention about the team compositions here is Uther and Kerrigan being on the same team. We've talked about it in the past. Uther kind of just allows you to have a safe melee assassin choice. And if he decides to go for that Divine Shield, will allow Kerrigan to kind of do what she does best unhindered, especially with the cleanse pickup as well. 2 cleansing effects on one hero for the Kerrigan, allowing Blackscorp to do what he does best.
Yep, absolutely. And well, I think we are almost settled. The lobby should be up soon. But this is, I mean, it's a solid draft on both sides. Given the performance by Team Liquid and how well they executed, especially their stuns and skill shots and everything, I would say I point my finger towards Team Liquid, but everybody can go with the winner. That's the easy thing to do. So let's just hope Gamers2, for the sake of having more games, wins this one. I mean, I know they deserve it, but then again, I know also they played 8 games now in a row with barely any break in between. You see it with us. Exhaustion is kicking in. We are both super tired. Like, I would like to eat something at some point, but it's not possible. And for the players, well, everybody has their snacks and try to keep some brain food up, but exhaustion is definitely something you have to take into account, and Liquid is completely fresh. They can go into this today. They just played 2 games, so from that perspective, an easy one for them. But the lobby is up. Let's hop into it. There we go. Lobby is up. I hope they're in the right positions and everything, so I don't have to change my overlays again. But I think they are.
Yeah, and we are in the lobby. We have 9 out of 10 players ready. I am ready, Hefla. How about you?
Well, my body is ready for this. I mean, we casted so long now. It has been an amazing weekend for me, to be honest. My first Heroes of the Storm experience. It was tons of fun. This might be the last game. It lasted only 2 days, Nick. I'm so sorry. Our relationship might end right here.
A bittersweet end to the Hefla and Nick Hotz duo cast, but man, I am so pumped for this game. Blackscorp Kerrigan, will he be able to close out the series with his team, Team Liquid, formerly known as El Nexo,
Yep.
being known as one of the strongest teams, if not the strongest, in all of Europe, and they are up 2-0 in this grand finals.
Yep, and even as El Nexo, they were already known as a very, very successful team. They got picked up by Liquid striking there a very good deal, I have to say. So now they pretty much, if they win this year, the grand final of the Enter the Storm, they pretty much claim their European title back as the best team in Europe, I think. There's no one that can actually reach them at the moment, but Gamers2, they might still be able to do something about this and say like, yo guys, don't forget about us. But even if Gamers2, they prove today they have the endurance to play through such a tournament, all these qualifiers, and now the main event, so many games in a row, if they take at least 1 or 2 games off Liquid, they are proven a worthy second place. But first we go here towards the watchtower. There is already some peeling forth and back, but that's pretty much about it. I don't think anyone is going for risky moves this game. They have to play solidly all the way through. Gamers2 especially, they're known for taking some risks, especially AD-RD, sometimes a bit out of position just for the sake of getting that good catch. I think now they're gonna play a bit more reluctantly.
So Gamers2, again, with their tri-lane, we've seen so many times on this map in the top lane, but Blackscorp coming in here, trying to get an early pick. The combo is not good. Nicker able to get out of the way there, and Blackscorp and Lucifron able to fall back a little bit here, but they want to keep an eye on this top lane. They don't want Gamers2 to do too much here, but Malfurion, once again, getting that scouting drone, going to help against the roaming pair here of Lucifron and Blackscorp. But it is getting picked off. But again, another one coming down. That buff on scouting drone, so important in this patch. And will we have a roam down to the middle here? Oh no!
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Do it.
Dear DDoSer, don't do it.
Don't do it, man. Don't even.
No, it might be just a normal disconnect. Actually, admin told me I think Blackscope is on a dynamic IP, which means he can, just 1 second he needs. 500 milliseconds and now 1 second, that makes it 1.5.
Yeah, hopefully it isn't a DDoS that we have come to know in this tournament, but yeah, so what do we have going on here? We do have Gamers2 with that tri-lane in the top. We do have Hammer defending for the side of Team Liquid, but Muradin and Kerrigan not too far away. That devastating roaming pair, definitely want to keep an eye on that tri-lane. It looks like we're going to have an on-pause here. We do have Gamers2's Tassadar versus the Uther of Team Liquid in the middle here, and are we going to have a roam here? It's going to be really hard to kill off Tassadar there. But speaking of that, we also have ETC and Vikings in the bottom lane, so once again, Kerrigan and Muradin roaming up here, going to try to deny any kind of push here.
It looks like both teams want to commit to that top tempo, while maybe Uther grabs some... Nope, nothing. That mid tempo at the moment completely ignored. Here top, of course, Malfurion being alone against the carrier, I'm not quite sure that's the right thing to do, but at the moment some peeling there on Falcon. At least that's a good thing, and now they claim the mid tempo, so a 50-50 split. At the moment it looks like Gamers2, they don't want to engage top. It's just too hot for them. But then again, we have Liquid abandoning that tempo in top and going for a fight here in mid, so this is like a fourth and back. Now the Malfurion is trying to get some shots out of this tempo here at top. It's a fourth and back. You have to look where they actually go. They have to find something. If anyone just gets a kill here, maybe that ends up in getting more than half of the tempo. But at the moment, look at this Uther, for example. More than half of the tempo is already gone in favor for Team Liquid. So definitely a way better start for them.
Yeah, so Gamers2, they've known to have this tri-lane in the top here, but Team Liquid finally giving Gamers2 some grief, saying, hey, we're not going to let you have this top temple.
Oh, but top, there is what we were looking for. There's the engagement, but it's not enough, at least not for Gamers2. But Team Liquid, they find one. The problem is Lucifer is also going down, but Kerrigan jumping directly on that Vala, and before he did it on the Sylvanas, he also gets that bonus kill on the Malfurion. That's a really, really bad start. They got like, what, 1.5 tempo, and now 3 kills on top of it, only for 1 in return. That's definitely a bad start. It only puts them about a half level in advantage, but, well, Gamers2 pays up.
Yeah, Team Liquid saying, we're not going to let you use your normal strategy on this map, counteracting what they typically are used to. But BlackScorp, again, lagging out of the game, experiencing some major issues here, as his team, Team Liquid, took a nice early lead.
Well, he was fine for the kills he got. I mean, he got 3 kills in a row, and, well, he's gonna restart the router, so let's hope that's fixing the problem. It's the disconnect curse, and of course, on potentially the last game of the day, if Liquid actually makes this a 3-0, it would be kinda hilarious that we wait for ages for disconnects or something. But then again, I'm happy that the pause exists now, because otherwise we would always face like a 5-on-4 situation as we did in the past. So the game is evolving, the beta phase is making steps towards like a full recognized esport, and that's why we're here pretty much. That's why we do all this, promoting Heroes of the Storm, because the game is fun, it's fun to play, the pro scene is developing, there's not much more you can ask for.
Yeah, and let's see, in the downtime here we can look at these talents looking pretty standard here, coming out from both sides, although we do have the auto attack build coming out for the Vala of Gamers2. Interesting pickup here, and no healing ward coming out from the Tassadar. Mental acuity, reducing that Oracle cooldown by 15 seconds. Can be really nice to help against the roam there of Kerrigan, but we don't have the reverberation that we've seen so many times before on the Muradin, on Lucifron. We actually have Perfect Storm, increasing the damage of Stormbolt by 5 for each enemy hero hit.
Well, to be honest, that scaling, I always wondered how good is that scaling actually. I mean, it requires a map that is, I don't know, like relatively long, like let's say 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes in duration. Is that actually worth it on Sky Temple, considering that a game might be really fast over if you get some temples in a row, for example? I definitely like the reverberation then in return. Then again, we don't have heroes like Zeratul and Illidan that benefit a lot of like attack speed increase by talents and their ultimates, for example, like Zeratul. So I guess it's not really needed, and he just goes for the direct burst.
And we do have BlackScorp now reconnecting to the game. Hopefully his lag issue has been resolved so we can get back into this game. But yeah, just hoping that we're going to have the stable internets here coming out. And Vortex kind of have his Vikings split up just a little bit at the moment. He's currently backing on Balog. Balog being quite low on health there, possibly from an engagement from ETC. Tassadar still content to stay in mid against the Uther, Grand Paquete, Uther of Team Liquid. And yeah, Falcon's still in that top lane as well. And Gamers2, the tri-lane there, kind of really different scene than we've seen in other games. Gamers2 usually pushing down the wall there of the opposing enemy, but the wall of the tri-laner is actually being destroyed first.
Yep, definitely. And well, both say go go, yeah, yes, no. Oh, I think now they used all their pauses they have. So guys, we're back in the game. 6-6, tiny experience advantage again on Liquid. And yes, some people ask, what's the score? Is the score accurate? It is, for a change. It's 2-0 for Liquid. Potentially the last game now if Liquid actually nail this. But Gamers2, they have a say in this. So the first thing they try is get the Bruiser Camp. But on the other side, we say, yeah, we pretty much see the same Falcon there in combination with Kerrigan and Uther. They do pretty much the same at the same time. And well, how is the timing? I think the next tempo should be shortly after 4 minutes.
Yeah, and we do have the Bruisers coming out from both teams here. Lucifron and BlackScorp meeting up with the Vala in the top lane here. And actually, we do have the other tri-laners, the Sylvanas and the Malfurion from Gamers2.
They jumped Joey here. The stun was successful. Everything was successful. The poison coming out, and it's gonna tick him down. I can't believe it. Yes, it's gonna tick him down. That last right click of Falcon actually did the trick. And with this, there are still bruises left over, which means they can go for it. Well, the Tassadar is trying to shield that keep, but the damage I think is already done. Falcon, he can just go to work. Half HP on that keep. I don't see how they can stop it. Not with the Malfurion, not with the Tassadar alone. They need some more damage there. Well, Sylvanas is coming in, but the damage on the keep is already done, and that all happens while the temple and bottom spawns. No action so far by the ETC, for example. They just stay in that lane. Everything's kind of constant there. But yeah, so far Liquid better on the move, better with the siege damage.
Yeah, Team Liquid ahead also on that race to level 10, so it could be a sticky situation should Gamers2 decide to contest it here, but it looks like they feel they have enough window here, but Blackscorp getting a nice combo onto ADRD, chunking him down very, very low here. We do have a heal onto him from the Malfurion, but still, Team Liquid very, very far ahead on the race to 10 here. Makes a big difference, especially when fighting for this temple.
Yeah, absolutely. At the moment, well, the temple is claimed for no one. Like, the first some shots went to Gamers2, but the problem is, while this temple is going on, we might have the level 10 thing here by Team Liquid, and once that is happening, they might go for all-out fight where Gamers2 might lose, and this is, of course, really, really bad news, but well, at least it's pretty decent. There's the level 10. Now they skilled all their ultimates. Divine Shield is coming out. Yes, everything we expected. Maelstrom, Napalm, and yeah, they go for it. There's the Maelstrom, just going for it. They want to go just for that ETC, and he is actually going down. Gamers2, just as predicted. As soon as the level 10 is coming out, there's just no way. And the boat going to work now as well with all the residual duration he has.
Yeah, nice move by Vortex there to send Eric of the Lost Vikings to mid to get that level 10, and then once level 10 was achieved, Kerrigan went right in there, engaging on Gamers2. Gamers2 losing out the shots from that bottom temple, but they are now level 10.
Yep, definitely, and well, this is really becoming a problem. This one level advantage that just cost them the team fight. It cost them the last hits of that temple, which even enforces the entire problem the advantage Team Liquid has at the moment. But well, they're still in the race. The problem is that Gamers2 at the moment, there are some rotations. They really try to do something, but well, the problem is we have better positioning, I think, on the map by Team Liquid at the moment.
And Blackscorp, again, having a little bit of a lag spike, but he is still in the game, dropping a combo here onto the ETC here of Gamers2, and he's going to pay with his life here, I believe.
The damage and the disable, it's just amazing how they lock him in place. He can barely make a step without being stunned, so that's another kill on the ETC. Sucho, I talked so well about him all the time, but well, this is not really working. Kerrigan, Black is trying to do something on Tassadar, but yeah, luring out that shift. It's, I don't know, this ETC at the moment it just can't happen. Gamers2 is used to the fact that he can be alone somewhere on the map and that just come into the fight, but at the moment it's just not working out. He doesn't even get to stage dive.
No, and it's going to be a fourth there in top for Team Liquid, and now they are so very close to that level 13 mark. What will they do with that advantage? Well, right now, just going to go for the Bruisers, still not yet at that level 13, not wanting to fight just yet. And Gamers2 also going to take their Siege Giants as well as the Bruiser Camp. Well, actually, hold that thought. They're not going to go for the Bruiser Camp. The Temple's now spawning. Just going to be Siege Giants out there for Gamers2.
What do you think is Liquid going to do? Just go for one Temple and keep that one level advantage, maybe with the Vikings getting even more, or fight for both temples? That's now the question for me. At the moment we have Falcon just getting the first hits on that temple. Of course, that keep is soon down. If they don't reclaim that temple, that keep is pretty much gonna fall, making it even worse for Gamers2. But at the moment, oh my god, they're all spread out. The Vikings already going in here in Sucho, but Sucho, well, he's under focus again. There, Kerrigan just going on him, but is something coming? He doesn't even get to cast it now, the stage dive, but he's pretty much back in the same position. The boat already aiming exactly for that target. Boat is down, but the damage is already done. Their tank is down, and it doesn't really matter how much, I don't know, HP they lost on the way, because they get the Tassadar. Now they follow here up on that Sylvanas. Blackscorp, well, he doesn't have enough mana to actually make a chase for this, but this is bad news. 2 down, that means 1 temple, not to mention those bruisers in top who also take the tower and march forward towards well, the base. So it's not looking good again after this fight.
Well, Team Liquid showing you what the answer was to your question. Not wanting to trade temples there, just going for the team fight while they had that level 13 advantage. And nice fight indeed it was for them. Still having that advantage, but now just Gamers2 getting to that level 13. And it looks like they're making a move onto the top temple here to try and get some shots that they badly need. But again, a pause coming out here from Team Liquid.
Yep, definitely. And well, I'm trying to find a solution, but the problem, even right now, like, if Gamers2 go for that top tempo, then Liquid can contest it. By the time they probably have a 2-level difference on the scoreboard, and that's, of course, again, another fight Gamers2 will most likely lose, especially if they keep losing their ETC all the time. I mean, I asked in the draft, is a Malfurion and a Tacita enough to keep a ETC alive that goes for the stage dive? Because in all those fights, I think a mosh pit would have been even better, but of course this is all hypothetically. The draft is over, now we have to live with it. But that stage dive so far, it didn't help at all. Not for escaping, not for engaging, not for doing anything in those fights.
Yeah, the stage dive definitely a better option in this game, as Team Liquid has so many different interrupts, but again, just getting so very just outplayed here by Team Liquid. And even though that was the right choice there, not really the source of their woes in this game. Team Liquid just taking such good control and momentum in this game, and now they're roaming up here.
Oh, they ping. They want to cut the way off. ETC also has to stop the temple. There's still 8 charges in it, and ETC, again, the focus. If he dies, it's the worst start you can have in this fight. They're getting dragged back. ADRD shifting out there. Okay, that's a good thing. The Vikings actually pretty low on HP, but they still got the boat. Everything is pretty much available still, at least the important shots, so it's not ending up in anyone dying. But the problem is bottom, the boss is already pushing, and they're gonna get those last charges on the temple. So Liquid, this conscious decision to go for the boss and just give them half of the temple charges, it definitely paid out.
Yeah, baiting out a lot of heroic abilities there in that engagement did Team Liquid. Tranquility being used to disengage to make sure Gamers2 got out unscathed. But again, Team Liquid ahead in that talent tier, now on level 16, pushing down the top keep wall here of Gamers2.
Yep, but they have to do something. They have to say, Liquid here and no step further. Like that ETC, I think he's waiting for just getting into that fight with the stage dive. But the problem is we have Archon on cooldown, Reign of Vengeance and Tranquility on cooldown. It's not the best timing to take that fight. And on the other side, look what we got. Divine Shield, the boat, everything is ready. Only the Avatar is on cooldown, but well, that's not an important thing in my opinion. That's something where you can still risk a fight. But yeah, they're not gonna go for it. Liquid, they just settle for those chems, and Gamers2 just in defensive mode, just trying to keep it up, keep their base somehow alive. But as soon as those giants are on the march towards the base and bottom, I'm pretty sure Liquid is gonna go for either push in mid or top, or maybe even pick in a fight, something like that, so the ogres actually can do some sort of work.
And I just wanted to mention a little bit of a talent deviation. We do have that Executioner there on Sergeant Hammer Murden, able to provide a reliable slow to apply that Executioner proc. So Sergeant Hammer is going to be hitting like an absolute truck.
Yeah, we have Murden, Kerrigan stun, we have slows coming out, we have the Uther stun, so the Executioner here for Falcon, who is again probably really high in stats. We're actually looking at the stats right now. Where is he? Well, yep, he's definitely, for obvious reasons, high in siege damage, but he is also the second in the hero damage. Last game he was even first, and this Executioner make it even easier to get those stats. We have to see what's happening now, because top is pushing, bottom is pushing. Gamers2 have to answer that. In the meantime, there's a temple spawning, which is probably an easy claim for Liquid. Unless Gamers2 risk it, fight here, but if they fight here, they're gonna lose something else somewhere else, unless that ETC somehow clears that top bruiser camp marching forward.
Yeah, he's working on it, but it looks like he might have to abandon it for a possible team fight here. Gamers2 on that 16th tier, and Tranquility coming out here.
Yeah, it's a bit early, but oh, the silence might be what they exactly needed. Kerrigan finally going down. This is the fight Gamers2 was looking for here in this final, but Can they get more? The boat at the moment, there's no way then they can get it down. It's really low HP, but still doing tons of damage. Do they reset the fight? Do they go for more? It really looks like it. Gamers2 pushing forward or claiming the temple. At the moment, they take the conservative route here, and it looks like they just want to get this temple. It's a bit forth and back, a 5-on-4 situation. The problem is top still pushing in. They have to make a move. They have to make a decision right now. Joey, oh, getting stunned up there. Okay, right now the ETC just goes for that temple. That's what they want to do. Just get them off. I guess, is that the right decision, Nick?
Yeah, I mean, they have to defend this temple position, but they're going to have to respond to the bruisers in top here eventually, and it looks like they are going to do just that. So finally, Kerrigan getting picked off there for Gamers2. And yeah, we don't have the Divine Shield used, so I'm not sure if Uther was actually silenced during that engagement, allowing for the Divine Shield to be, not allowing for the Divine Shield to hit its target. But once again, Blackscorp disconnecting here, Kerrigan bot in play.
So if we summarize the entire thing, that fight was pretty nice. They had a start on the Kerrigan, and the whaling arrow, that was pretty much what saved them. Finally, we had a whaling arrow that was going on like 3 targets, including the Kerrigan, so no shielding from her, for example, and that made it possible that she died. Maybe also a bit lag, obviously, on Blackscorp's side. He obviously has internet issues right now. I mean, top, the bruisers were pushing it, only 2 bruisers left. They got the tower, and the keep will be probably protected by now. Yeah, they're already on the way, so that keep is fine. They get the full charges of the temple, but I'm not really sure that was so worth it, because I thought maybe if they push forward, get the fight done, get some more XP, then go for the temple. I guess they get 1 keep, and the mid keep is very, very low, like just 2 more ticks of a temple, and that's pretty much it. It's a bit of a, I don't know, recuperation. They restore their position, still 1 level behind, but they are closer than they were before.
Yeah, I have to say it was a good move from Gamers2 to just leave the bruisers push in. They really haven't been able to do too much damage other than pushing out that top wave for Team Liquid, getting that pick on the Kerrigan being very important in winning that fight, and taking out that bottom for Gamers2. So again, we're in the pause state, waiting for Blackscorp to reset his router, having multiple internet issues during this game, having to pause quite a bit here. But Team Liquid, they're still in a commanding position despite that little hiccup in their game. They do have a lot of push happening on the map. They have the structure advantage, and yeah, I mean, Team Liquid, they're looking to close out this series. They're up to 0, and they're in a good position in this game. Will they be able to close it out? We'll have to see here in a second once Blackscorp reconnects.
Yep, definitely. I mean, I hope he comes back and Liquid is full 5-man on this one. It would be horrible if they lose for this reason. That's the worst and most unsportsmanship, I don't know, thing to have if there's really DDoS problems and whatnot, but there's also nothing Gamers2 can do. Fact is, they just had a fight which is a glimmer of hope, because all that time Liquid was just, I don't know, putting straight facts on the map, and Gamers2, they just had to answer, but sometimes the answer was just not good enough, or they were just a bit short in burst to make a proper answer to all this aggression and painting the map red. Now there is a chance that they bounce a bit back. Still, I mean, this one fight and this one tempo, it gave them a tiny bit hope, but it's still experience-wise. If this game is going for another 2 minutes, we are heading towards that level 20. And Liquid, so far, each and every step of where they get new talents, they used it for something. Maybe fight around the boss, fight around the temple, something. Liquid is really nice with that execution, especially when it comes to the synergy between a new level and their talents.
Yeah, and Blackscorp once again in the game, so hopefully we can get this game underway and see, will Team Liquid be able to close it out here? It's really, really, really curious for me. And but yeah, still a little bit of the bruisers need to be cleared up there for Gamers2. And we do have the go-go question mark from Vortex coming out, just waiting for Gamers2 to confirm they're ready to also resume the game.
Oh, yes, there's the go-go from ETC. As I said, ETC, a really, really bad game for him. I mean, he died like 3 times in a row at the very beginning of the game, and then a bit later on due to roams. Now, this fight, it was definitely a tiny bit better. That stage dive, it hit a lot of heroes. They had a nice opening, Kerrigan down. It was exactly what they needed, but they need to replicate it. They need to do exactly the same once more, and then suddenly Liquid finds himself in a position where they have to be careful. But for now, there is... well, or there are soon the new camps spawning. 10 seconds on this one is already up, so let's see. They have to contest it, but no, for this one it's already too late. They don't want to pick a fight right now, even though the timing on the ultimates is kind of nice for Gamers2 right now. They could have picked the fight and have all their abilities up while Liquid was still on some seconds cooldown.
Yeah, Maelstrom was down, but now it is up, and we do have Team Liquid once again re-securing the level lead, hitting 19, so a little bit of a statistical advantage for them. But I have to feel when you're running a Kerrigan comp, you definitely want to have a level advantage, just a little bit, because she is that kind of early game snowball hero.
Do they want to get the ETC again? Oh, Sucho, you gotta be careful. Lucifron, well, looking at him, no, he's not gonna get that stun off, but they want to replicate what they did earlier in the game, get the ETC, and from there we go. But at the moment, they're just gonna settle for those cruiser camps. Those ones, they're gonna get, yeah, in favor for Gamers2. The other ones, well, still 45 seconds, but we have the 2 temples spawning. And of course, the problem is now, as we have it on the map, every shot of the temple is already going into base buildings by now. So Liquid, they are doing fine with the temples, but look at Sucho. They want to gank him again. This is their objective. So Sucho dying here, maybe stage dive out. He has to use the stage dive. There's no other way of escaping. All the stuns are going through. Stage dive. Nope. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. So yes, they might claim some shots on the temples, but instead, yeah, they're gonna lose the camp after ETC is down. It's exactly what I said before, and they were successful finding the ETC, getting the level 20, and do they go back, claim the temple, and that's it?
Yeah, I think, well, they're looking towards the boss here. I mean, they do have that level 20, so even if Gamers2 decides to contest them, they should be able to turn and win a fight. Level 20 versus level 19, and only 4 heroes up there for Gamers2. So is this going to be the checkmate that Team Liquid needs? Gamers2 are contesting it.
They have to contest, but 20 seconds on the ETC, the boss is already going in Liquid's favor, like all the heroic abilities just thrown out, and this fight is just not going their way. Shift out, well, Tassadar living for now, but Black just on his toes right there, pulling him back. Actually, Leo is right now, well, the root is preventing that chase. So for now they survive, but they have to defend the boss, which gives Liquid all the time in the world to just claim those temples. And both temples claimed ends up at least in one keep probably falling as well. Those top bruises, sure, they got a bit into the base, but yeah, I think the towers and the keep, they're gonna take care of it. So nothing Liquid has to worry about. And they have the Vikings taking care of it now as well. So Liquid definitely in a better position now. They want to contest the temples, getting maybe a Kerrigan kill. That's the opening they need, but the stage dive, it's not on position. Black Scorp, low HP, they need to get him stunned. There's a Divine Shield, does he make it? They need another power slide or anything. Nope, it won't be enough. They are behind the gate, just no way. They get the keep on the way back, but that's pretty much about it.
Yeah, and actually the Bulwark of Light being picked up here by the Uther of Team Liquid, getting an additional 2 seconds longer on that Divine Shield, as well as a 20-second cooldown reduction, making it a 50-second cooldown altogether here. But it looks like we could have the last team fight of the game, but Team Liquid down a couple heroics, but Gamers2, they don't even have a single one as of right now.
Yep, definitely. And now we have another disconnect here. I mean, they are level 20, so they could pick a fight right now, but the problem is, look at all the heroic abilities right now. Oh, something is... Nick?
Yeah, I'm still here, and we have everybody disconnecting from the game.
Oh my god, my Heroes of the Storm crashed. Are you kidding me?
That is a huge shame there.
Oh god.
Somebody should inform the players that...
Oh, I'm back.
Oh, there you go, okay.
Oh.
The internets are just dying today. I don't even know what's happening. Maybe I'm unintentionally DDoSing the game, because I did actually not get disconnected there. So maybe the NA lag coming out from me, who knows. But looks like Vortex asking about the Go, and Gamers2 responding, wait, please.
Yeah, not everybody is reconnected yet. Well, I was so scared for a minute there. Man, like disconnecting and not being able to get back into this game or anything like that, that would have been horrible. Just horrible.
Yeah, that would not be good, especially as the observer of this game. But yeah, we have a very tense moment in this game right here. Gamers2 now on the top temple, needing to protect this because they could lose a significant amount of structures. And Team Liquid already aggressing on this point here. Could this be the final team fight of this tournament? We do not know as of yet. But
Well, the good thing
soon.
is at the moment there are no mercenary camps on any lane pushing in, so Gamers2 actually can commit to this fight top. Problem we have right now, if you look at the positioning, well, Liquid is already there, the Malfurion is on the way, he's not far away, that takes him like, what, 3-4 seconds to come in, but the problem is, if they're engaged by now, then it might be a tiny tit too late. That's the biggest problem I have at the moment. Also bottom, what we have... Yeah, what we can't really forget is a catapult is already there because the keep is missing, which means that bottom lane is gonna reach the core pretty much soon. That core on 99%, the boss gave him that like 1% punch through the shield. Shield is at the moment reloading, but well, you're right. This fight top might be the last one we see, and that's why the pause is even more unfortunate.
Yeah, and we do have Nexus Blades coming out from Kerrigan. A very nice pick here. It's not too common. We usually see Bolt of the Storm or even Omega Storm, but when you have a Sergeant Hammer on your team with Executioner, applying the slow on your target can be so very good. Executioner able to make Sergeant Hammer do so much damage, especially with that Nexus Frenzy talent as well.
Yeah. This Falcon build on Sergeant Hammer, I definitely like it. I mean, Executioner plus Nexus Frenzy and the fact that you have 3 stuns and of course also slows in your team, I definitely love it. The Executioner is definitely paying off. Looking at the damage he does, look at this. 28 and 141. It's just crazy. Falcon is pulling the numbers on SGT. Like Liquid and even Gamers2 in the games where they picked it, they make Sergeant Hammer look so good. It's always a surprise that we don't see a tiny bit more Sergeant Hammer, but he's still there. He's in the meta, so it's all good. And well, Liquid proves that he has a justified position. Let's see. They say okay. Let's hope it's for reals this time.
Yeah, hopefully everyone is going to stay connected and we can have this team fight at last. Will it be Team Liquid securing the win here? We will have to see. We have the ready go question mark from Falcon, and now we're just waiting for Gamers2. And yes, 3, 2, 1 will be the countdown, and we will get back into this game.
Yes, and the big question is now, do we see the fight or... Jesus!
Another pause coming out from Vortex, possibly another lag spike here for Black's Corp. We'll have to see. Black is not in the game. Yes, Kerrigan still a bot here.
Yeah, well, they started the game without their guy actually being in. That's not so smart by Liquid.
Yeah, probably the worst thing you possibly can.
He
Wow.
is, but at the same time, he is not. So, what is it? Did now that little Blizzard crash bug everything out? Beta game confirmed. This match is on CS launch, or what? Yeah, that might be it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to have to see if Black's Corp maybe has to Alt F4 out of the game and then reconnect again. Hopefully he'll be able to get back in the game so we can get underway here. But yeah, just another thing to mention about the Sergeant Hammer, though, is the Giant Killer as well. So even crazier auto attacks coming out there from Sergeant Hammer.
Yep, definitely, and... I mean, looking at those level 20 talents, we pretty much talked about everything. And Gamers2, they choose their Blinks again. That's kind of interesting. Like, they always pick them whenever they can. I mean, on Sylvana's relatively mobile hero, this is the second mobility. The same for Vala, so they try to make an escape. The Storm Shield is obvious on Malfurion. I think all of the Gamers2 Malfurion picked it for obvious reasons. And Tassadar on the Twilight Archon. They definitely could need this damage.
Yeah, Bolt of the Storm being a nice pickup against that Kerrigan. Kerrigan really looking to pick you off and pull you in, but Bolt of the Storm, a very, very nice tool in avoiding that. But Yeah, and we actually have Hardened Shield available there for the ETC, not opting for the Bolt of the Storm, but pretty typical when you go for the stage dive
Yeah,
build.
and he
Mosh
needs
pit,
it. I mean, he
yeah.
is the one most picked up. I mean, how many deaths does the ETC have? 4 deaths compared to like 1 and 2 here on the Vala. But oh, there we go. And now is it the fight we are waiting for? ETC in a kind of awkward position. They could go for the double stun, but at the moment, no. There's just some peeling on the Vikings. They're still on the tempo, claiming it. But of course, ETC now getting also the punches of the creeps. It's at this point not too much, and I think there's the fight breaking out. Is it? Well, the Vengeance coming, but it's not really hitting anything. Falcon in a perfect position. He can just go for all the damage he wants to. Kerrigan being protected by the Divine Shield, and there is our first victim. Vala is going down, but they have to make a move. Gamers2, they need a kill, but it doesn't look like they get anyone to focus. Maybe on Falcon, but it's already too late. They lose so many people right now. ADR is just shifting out, but 3 already down. Nicker, the poison will get him. That's it. And well, we have only Tassadar surviving, which means screw the tempo. We don't even need it. But Lucifron found him, which means they could go for it. And if they get him, I mean, even without getting him, I think that's our GG we are looking for.
I think at final time we have the Team Liquid just going to have a 3-0 victory here. Finally, we have the win.
I would say GG, but
yeah.
not. ADRD, he goes for that one-man defense. He could kill Kerrigan, never mind. The core is taking care of that. But yeah, it is over. Liquid, they came into this best of 5 with 1 game advantage. Took game number 1 and game number 2, obviously, for that reason. Game 3 here, it is, well, it was a bit through and through because of the disconnect and like the servers crashing, thanks Blizzard and all that stuff. But well, it's a 3-0. It's kind of anticlimactic for a grand final, but the fact is Liquid is just the best team. That's a fact. But Gamers2, they are, yeah, placers 2 now. I don't know, pun.
Yeah, I just kind of lost for words at the end of the game there. Man, Team Liquid, such a strong tournament performance here. Defeating Navi, defeating Gamers2. Finally, after all the pauses and disconnects we had, getting that game and series and tournament
To be honest, I think, I mean, when I look at Citro's performance on the ETC here, I mean, besides of course Liquid making nice moves to catch him and to just stun him to death 4 times in a row actually all over the game, I think exhaustion really kicked in there because we saw him play in all those games with an amazing performance, especially on the ETC. But I guess after, I don't know, 5, 6 ETCs in a row, or I have no idea how many ETCs he played today throughout the entire like loser bracket, maybe it was just enough. It was time to pick another tank for him. I think he was really the weakest link in Gamers2, but maybe it just looked like that because Liquid was making nice movements. The fact is, they were more dynamic than Gamers2, and Gamers2 in all both games we saw on the back foot, and they never made it back. Just one fight looked really, really promising, and there was hope, but then, yeah, that top fight, level 20 for both teams, no, it just didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, exhaustion definitely have to be a factor there for Gamers2. I know it is for me. Can barely construct sentences anymore, especially after so many pauses. But yeah, good game, Team Liquid. Really deserving that huge prize there. So
let's just say congratulations, Team Liquid. You just received $2,000 plus hardware. Actually, I'm gonna show it on the screen for all the people who don't know. There it is. There it is. $2,000 to Team Liquid, $750 to Gamers2, and $250 to Navi. Navi also kind of disappointing today, but also internet problems yesterday, today a bit, and well, Gamers2 were very convincing against Navi, but it was just not enough. For some reason, the Navi Liquid games felt a lot closer and a lot more, I don't know, equal in quality, but then again Gamers2 going against Team Liquid after they beat Navi, and it felt like Liquid is completely dominating. It's very strange that some teams just have this, I don't know, rivalry going on where it looks so equal. Anyway, I want to say thank you, Nick, for coming. You casted with Jester, I think 2 qualifiers, or 3 maybe even. you casted with me. Thanks for supporting me in all the knowledge what I don't know yet about Heroes of the Storm, all the insights on all the abilities and meta and whatnot. Especially in the draft, you helped out amazingly. And well, thanks for the viewers coming here, enjoying this. Thanks to Alienware, Rocket, and of course Gosugamers making this all possible. There will be a cup too. It will be $5,000. The teams that are here in the top 4 already qualify for the next cup. So everyone else, if you have a team, join the next qualifier. I think even starting next weekend already. So get in there. You have a chance to get in there. At least show up for the qualifier. You never know. Griffiths, Stigma, those teams, they came out of nowhere and they had a good shot at the money. So why not you? That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Nick, say the final words.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and hope you enjoyed the tournament. Please tune in for the next event that Gosugamers runs. Really looking forward to it. Such a high-level event we had here, but yeah, thanks again for tuning in, and keep watching Heroes of the Storm.
And also shout out to Coucher. I mean, we blamed him for everything, but the fact is, in the background, he's doing a good job. All the communication to the teams, sorting it, like making all the drafts and pushing the teams to keep the schedule. I'm pretty impressed how fine we were in the schedule. Like, we were a bit late, sometimes a bit early, but overall it really panned out our planning. I mean, this planning was well made over 5 weeks now, and yeah, it was a good event. So again, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. Give Nick Hot some support. He has a stream on Twitch, support that one. He has, of course, a Twitter, get him there. About me, don't bother. It's not really worth it. Anyway, guys, see ya. Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.